What's the moment you realized enough was enough? I'm a 41-year-old mom of a 16-year-old son, and we've had a rough few years. His dad passed away when he was younger, and since then, I've done everything to make sure he never lacked love or stability. I kept a roof over our heads, worked long hours, and always made sure to be there for him, despite feeling stretched thin. As he got older, things changed. He started pushing back, acting like the rules didn't apply to him. It was mostly typical teenage stuff at first, messing around at school, ignoring chores, but eventually he started treating me with total disrespect. He'd roll his eyes when I spoke, call me names, and ignore my boundaries. I told myself it was a phase, but it hurt more than I admitted. Then one day, in the heat of an argument, he raised his hand to me. I was stunned. We both froze, and I think he felt a bit of shock himself, but he didn't apologize. I walked away and sat alone in my room, realizing that somewhere along the way, he'd stopped seeing me as a person. That night, I decided enough was enough. I told him I was done being his doormat. From now on, I wouldn't cook for him, clean his clothes, or help him with anything outside of the basic necessities. He'd have to do everything on his own until he could learn to respect me. At first, he acted like nothing would change, probably thought I'd give in, but as the days passed, he started feeling the weight of it all. He'd come home to dirty dishes and an empty fridge, no clean clothes, no help. I could see he was struggling, but I stuck to my decision. He tried every insult in the book to get me to back down, but I just looked at him and said, respect goes both ways. It took about a week before he softened. One night, he finally came to me and said, Mom, I didn't realize how much you do. He apologized, genuinely, for the first time in years. I told him that I loved him, but love didn't mean tolerating disrespect, and that from now on, I expected him to pull his weight and treat me with respect. Since then, things have been better. He started helping around the house, doing his own laundry, and even tried cooking a few meals. He still has his moments, but I think he's finally learning what it means to appreciate the people who care for him. It took a long time, but I'm glad I stood up for myself. I hope he carries this lesson forward. Respect isn't just given, it's earned.